Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Northgard. Boy, I have had a day, let me tell you. There was a while there, earlier today, where I was afraid my computer was permanently dead and we were not going to get to record an episode at all. So I'm in a state of cautious optimism right now, very concerned that all of a sudden it's going to blow up and just fill me with metal shrapnel. So we are about to engage in the Decisive War. Or at least we're going to be looking for an opportunity to engage in the Decisive War. We have a couple of things that we got to clean up. First of all, we are at 36 food and falling. That's got to get fixed, obviously. Secondly, red is a little bit weak right now. Blue is pushing pretty far forward in an attempt to finish red off. We were kind of thinking we would follow them in and kill red at the end of last episode, but I've been considering here, cogitating on this a little bit, and I'm wondering if the better play might not be to go find Blue's home base right now, like turn people into scouts, hit the scout cap, like get all 3 scouts out there and just find wherever Blue's home base is and try to kill them as quickly as possible while they're fighting red. Because at this point, I know red's closer to victory, but with blue as developed as they are and having the berserker and the white wolves and everything, I definitely think blue is more of a match for us. So that's going to be the plan. Let's start with fixing the food situation. So we have somebody building. That guy's going to be back on food in a moment. We only have 3 people on wood cutting, and that's probably how it ought to stay. I actually like the lore masters. We could cut some merchants. We don't need all this money. Is 2 merchants? Yeah, 2 merchants is okay. You should get over here. We gotta figure out. So that's the giants. Yeah, I guess check down here. We have no idea where blue started. Oh, what is this? Oh, spectral. Right. There are enemies coming. We should back our warriors up and go deal with that. Interesting. They spawned in the same area that they did last time. I wonder if that's always how that works. Okay, we're gonna get no resources from our sailors for a little bit. Yeah, I wonder if. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I was trying to select the brewers and get them back in here. All right, good work, everybody. Yeah, we're still kind of hemorrhaging food, huh? Like, who would I assign to, I'm not trading food, am I? No, I'm trading wood. Who are we going to be able to reassign here? I guess we could reassign 1 woodcutter. I'm just thinking, like, we need scouts. We're losing wood as we head into winter. I don't love that. I guess let's just stop the raids. As soon as the ship comes back, that'll help balance things out. And how's the explorating going over here? Wow, that's a lot of blue soldiers. Oh, right, they're running back to the front after having killed the fallen sailors. Of course, that makes sense. Okay, what do you think? I think this way, because if they were up here, they'd be a little, well, maybe. I was going to say they'd be a little too close to our start, but we expanded out quite a bit. I'm not actually sure. We'll try this tile first, and if this tile doesn't work out, we'll go over there. Oh, blue is starting trouble again. He really, really wants this tower. It's not great. He's definitely getting it. Somebody kill that. Also, man this building. Blue is really reinforcing to me that he has to be removed from the game. Let's get you 2 out here. And I was going to say one of you can go and become a scout. But that's probably not actually the case. Oh, check it out. We found it. Okay. So then we just need to figure out where Red's is. What do you think? If blue is down here, we were here, yellow was like there. Honestly, this tile is where I would think reds would be. Alright, I guess we're going to take Stolen Lore. Where are we at now? We are at 12 of 15 knowledges. We're about to take one, so we'll be at 13. It's not impossible that we could just win a slow, bad lore victory. And I guess if we're going to do that, then Stolen Lore, increasing our lore income from other players is probably the way to go. I really still wish I knew what the mechanics of this were. Oh, hold on. Repause. Okay. It's not... It doesn't give you a lore from... So there's a little bit of a problem here. Sometimes, the game consistently, 100% of the time, uses the word lore to refer to this resource. But then, these things are sometimes called lore, sometimes called knowledge, and sometimes called techs. And what happened here is that the name of that knowledge should be stolen knowledge or stolen tech. Okay, well... So we get to take a unique from somebody. What do we want? Knowledge from Beyond would give us more lore, in case we did want to try to make the lore victory happen. You know, we have 2 fishermen's huts, though. Increasing the production of our fishermen by 25% and allowing us to assign an additional one to each hut might actually keep us fed through this winter. Field rations actually might do the same. I kind of think it's harpoons. And we're not super negative on food. Plus 50% attack power for a military unit with no other allied units in its zone. That doesn't seem good. We're going to have to figure out what's up with the Clan of the Dragon. Their stuff is all bewildering. I'm going to take harpoons. I think we need the food. So that has indeed put us on 13. I mean, they get really expensive at this point in the game. It's not like we're close, but we're closer. Let's make sure we're assigning new people to all of our stuff here. And we're actually positive on food going into the winter. We are having some real problems with some other resources. You probably have some villagers reassign here. Let's try to plug the holes in this leaky ship. We're going to have to buy wood, though. There's pretty much no way around that. Alright, scouts. They're working on it as fast as they can. So what we need is... Where's Blue's army? Blue's army is over here. Okay, that's interesting. We need to keep an eye on them, and... This would not necessarily have been a good time, because they're still pretty close. But, like, if they push further forward to take another thing from Red... That might be our moment to sweep in and, like, take this zone, and then from there, it's actually a pretty short walk to their home base. If we were doing a little bit better on resources, I would say that we should assign additional warriors to stuff. Hold on, let's back our people away from this zone. I wanna give them the impression that it's okay for them to leave here. So they colonized this. I mean, they're gonna keep pushing on Red, right? I am no longer adjacent to your territory, even though that is hurting my happiness, not being adjacent. Okay, this might be our opportunity. Let's see exactly where they go. If they... Red is losing units to them. I believe that is the sound of the wolf summoning horn. They're just coming back. What a bunch of cowards. I thought for sure they were going to push. Well, Red's pushing. Something's going on here. Where the hell are they going? What are they doing? There's no threat back here. Oh, maybe they're attacking Red somewhere else. Oh, my clan is freezing. That is unacceptable. Actually, this is like really bad. Unfortunately, we're going to burn through that wood pretty quickly as well. You know what? We're probably going to be okay on that, actually. So Blue's army ran off, presumably to fight over here. And this is probably our moment. Let's just stay far enough back that we're not super obvious. He is running... Nope, he's just kind of running his units around arbitrarily. He doesn't really seem to have any rhyme or reason to it. If he's planning on attacking me? Oh, he sure is. Okay, well, let's go play defense then. Got these civilians and have them run out of here. And I think we're going to work the war chief immediately. Right, you guys can come back. Yeah, that was a huge error on their part. Alright, some of this is repairable. Because we got to kill all those guys for free, and now is a good time to push. Just run up to here, we'll have a shield bearer actually take the lead. Alright, go with him. And if we get if we get counterattacked, we can fear them. Okay, that fear was not necessary. There's no tower in this tile nor in this tile, so actually we might be in really good shape here. Oh, I gotta re-trade route. Let's run our trade route to red. And then also keep an eye on what's going on over here because it's looking a little rough. That's not so bad. You two step back over the line. Yeah, blue throwing their army away at that moment was like, what a huge mistake. Oh, this is a moment where I wish I had my war cry available. Actually, though, they're still streaming in, even though that was a fair number of military units. They're still just streaming in so slowly that we're able to kind of rip them apart. And you. Let's rotate people out, rotate people in. Okay, you lot get in here. I think we should be able to make this happen before they are able to resurrect their berserker. I mean, I guess it depends on how much they slow us down by running garbage units into the tile. But we're going to be in their home territory in like just a moment here. It's going to be an earthquake that'll damage our buildings. I don't think that's a real problem. Alright, all those units are healed up again. Man, they sure are running a lot of people in. And it does not feel at all necessary for me to use my my Scorched Earth. But they are actually just converting every person in their entire nation into a military unit to come out here and challenge me one by one. We have enough ranged attacks that they are dead mostly before they arrive. Okay, this might be a good time actually to do some of this. Oh, and you know what? Some of that, maybe. Okay, someday we will successfully decolonize this region. They did, in fact, manage to get their war chief back up. I don't know how he respawned so quickly. No, just ignore him. Ignore him. Like, this is... They gotta do something, and they gotta do it right this second. Red is expanding rapidly, and I am worried about that. We'll kill them in a minute. I'm assuming Blue's war chief is going to fight them, because I can't fathom what else he might be doing right now. He's definitely allowing me to just burn his city. So I mean, we're gonna come off of this, and we're gonna have to do red in like immediately, pretty much. But I think we can. I think we're in position to do that. Like we will actually use Scorched Earth at some point during that fight. Probably. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not even worth the trouble. Okay, it looks like we have indeed successfully killed Blue. What a bizarre turn of events. Hey, Warband. I can't help but notice you guys are not following my orders anymore. I'm kind of surprised that there are still blue units on the table, considering... Alright, somebody repair that. And, that one is not so important, but it should be done. Also one of these. But I'll tell you, the auto-assign is not always super clever about how it picks people to do jobs. What is this? Oh, jeez. Bail out! Run away! Good news is we can kill these guys completely trivially. Ooh, actually, they're starting to get a little numerous. Nope, I grabbed the wrong unit. Ah! Okay, not a big deal. You guys get back over here. We actually need that happiness really badly. Okay. Did we ever actually find... Okay, we did. We did, and actually Red's probably done a lot of the work for us. Oh my god. Is there a tower in this zone? No. Screw them. Don't let them get away. Alright, definitely in our best interest to kill red military units where we can. Hold on. Kill this guy too. Probably not you. You get out of there. I don't actually have any interest in decolonizing that region, though. Okay, we need to rebuild our military a little bit. We lost an axe thrower and a shield bearer, I think. We actually have way more of these guys than we need. Let's make another warrior, I guess. That'll wrap it up. Then I think we can cut down on the wood. Okay. Draugr will spawn from the portals. That's, like, a shame. But I think it's okay. I think it's not a big deal. Alright, go and repair that. I know you have tried in the past and you were not successful. This seems like a good time to just push, though, right? Red's looking weak to me. I don't think they've recovered from their fighting with Blue. And they just burned a bunch of military units trying to take away a thing that they don't even bet. Like, taking this doesn't even help them. I don't know what they were doing. I think we may have caught the computer with their pants down one too many times in a row. So we'll take this region, then this one, then this one. They have, like, no standing defenses. So all we have to do is make sure that we Warcry and Scorched Earth at sensible times. And actually, at this point, even if Red attacks us somewhere, I think we probably just base race them. Because they don't have it. I don't know. They just don't have it. They do have a war chief active. It looks like he is probably just going to play defense, which is an acceptable strategy, I suppose. I'm going to leave our defense to... get back over here. I'm going to leave our defense to the towers. I think the towers have got that under control, probably. And there's so many noises happening all of the time. Over here, we might lose some people. Probably the smart move on this one is going to be back these guys out of the zone for a minute. Let the Draugr fully aggro on the tower. Are they doing that? Okay, they're getting there. Alright, now you guys can run back in and help. And this thing doesn't really require my my attention. Okay, everything's fine. It looks like Red finally remembered that he needs to, like, do a thing. Alright, Scorched Earth, do it! Let's see it before the game comes to an end. She's scorching it slowly. It's very slow. Okay, she has started a huge fire. We have a massive advantage in the place where the huge fire is. Well, this is just very embarrassing for red, frankly. And also a little bit for blue. I mean, we actually killed blue's army before defeating them, at least. But I think probably what happened here... It's a little hard to know because obviously we have very limited visibility on the enemy's resources. But probably what happened here is red lost their army to blue and then wasn't actually able to afford putting it back together. And you can see they're trying to like mass troops up for a final play here. But ooh, I wonder if they lost their healer? Because that war chief has been really wounded for a really long time. Well, look at that. Apparently, I can win a military victory sometimes, every once in a while. We had a lot of help there, though. None of those conquerings would have been possible without the AI players kind of tripping over each other. Now, the one who takes advantage of the chaos the best is usually the winner in a strategy game, though, especially a multiplayer strategy game. So, I think that is going to be it for this game. Obviously, this could maybe play a little faster. No, is that okay? Okay, I'll just look at all the history that happened. I do love these like post-game log things. But yeah, this is the final state of Northgard, and then of course, eventually, the orange border covers all. We are going to go ahead and jump into another episode, but I'm realizing I didn't go and check the comments of the last video to see what faction we'd be playing, so I'm going to just insert a cut here and go do that back in a second. Okay, so we're going to play another game in Northgard mode. I thought that combination of map settings was pretty successful at producing a game that was difficult enough to be interesting. Not like a hard game, but hard relative to my skill level. So, random map type, high world hostility, and the clan of the horse into narrowly win public support. So we're going to do a game as the horse, then we'll do a game as the dragon, and then... I don't know, maybe we'll play some more, maybe that's what we'll call the series. We're gonna play it by ear. I really enjoy Northgard, but also there's some other stuff creeping up on the horizon. So yeah, we'll see. The Clan of the Horse, Svadilfari. Svadilfari, is that... Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but... And my knowledge of Norse folklore, Norse mythology is not like super great. But I think there's a story... Geez, even just as I'm putting the sentences together, it sounds in my head like a thing I'm making up on the spot. I'm pretty sure there's a story where Loki transforms himself into a magic horse so that he can mate with another magic horse and then become impregnated. I can't imagine why, but Loki must have had some kind of brilliant scheme that involved giving birth to magic horse babies. And Svadilfari might be the horse that he was friendly with in that story. It doesn't sound like a real thing. I'm like 70% sure that's actual folklore. Anyway, led by Brock and Itria, two spirited siblings, the Clan of the Horse are a quiet and sturdy people. They are also recognized by all as the best craftsmen and women of the known world. So you have two war chiefs who can be summoned from Volund's Forge. I mean, I'm going to assume that is a unique replacement for the Forge building. We saw this a little bit during that Ragnarok game, two war chiefs running around, and I was confused by it then, but here we are. This is what was happening. Your war chiefs can mine and forge, and at plus 10% speed, which is cool. You don't have access to mines, miners, and smiths, so only your war chiefs can mine and forge. That's interesting. Your villagers have plus 25 build and repair speed, which probably doesn't matter at all. You've seen at this point, villagers already build and repair things quite quickly. At 200 fame, upgraded tools get an additional 5% production bonus, which is fine. Selling stone or iron earns plus 20% crowns. You would really have to be certain that you had a big surplus in order to ever sell stone or iron on the market. And allies receive double resource. Okay, even if that had a period at the end of it, it wouldn't really be a sentence in the sense that it doesn't convey any meaning. Placed where it is, like right after this sentence about selling stone and iron, kind of makes it sound like the two ideas are connected, but they can't possibly be. There's no way that selling stone or iron as the horse gives other players resources, because, first of all, it would never happen, because when do you sell stone or iron? And secondly, The scarcity of stone and iron is like a very important part of the balance of the game. So I'm going to assume what this means is allies receive double resources when you're running trade routes to them. They get twice as much from the trade route. And when you're trading with people, you improve your diplomatic standing with them. And at some point, the little gray face next to their name turns blue and smiley. Maybe when that happens, they're your ally. I don't actually know what the proper game terminology there is. In any case, it doesn't seem like much of a bonus. And then, Legacy of the Earth at 500 fame, you discover 2 stone and 2 iron deposits in your territory. That's actually awesome. And you can build a second relic, but max 1 relic per zone. I did not realize that we were not ordinarily able to build a second relic. We've never tried to build a second relic because we run out of iron, but apparently we were also limited by the game rules. And then our unique relic gives our war chiefs 20% everything, basically. Which seems like totally fine. I wonder if our war chiefs are like each individually as strong as a normal one? That seems unlikely. So the Clan of the Horse does not seem to be particularly bent toward any particular victory condition. I guess we'll just kind of play it by ear. It might be a good idea to go for a commercial influence victory though, just because it's different than the stuff we've been doing so far. We seem to just be like a generally economically good clan. Alright, it is very cold where we are. Either that or you know what? The grass is just kind of blue and that makes it seem cold. The trick that the brain plays on you. Alright, we're going to do basically the same thing we always do here. Double scout right away, try to get the tiles adjacent to us turbo explored, and we'll figure out exactly what we need to do from there. You don't really need to build all your stuff like right away in the first territory. In particular, you could probably push the house off a little bit, but I like to do it this way so that I can get it settled and not have to think about it anymore. You may have noticed that my attention span, my attention is a very limited resource. We have to be cautious with it. I would really love to build on that farm, but those are some inconvenient wolves. Okay, we have stone and fish in this tile. This is probably the one we want to grab first. In fact, let's pull you back. Definitely explore this tile next. Yeah, let's start building up that food. I think we wanna grab this pretty early on. We just need somewhere to build more buildings, basically. Ooh, actually, it's probably this one. Never mind what I said, because there are sheep here. And also, the ruins are kind of whatever. I mean, they're fine. But, using the sheep to accelerate us into further expansion, I think is a good idea. Just some early slaughter. So what about our forge? Okay, 80 wood, 20 money. We probably want to get that built out pretty quickly. So each sheep is worth 80 food. I think what we're going to do here is immediately slaughter both of them. And then use the food to fund the acquisition of this tile. And also a really fast feast. And as soon as our scout finishes exploring this new tile, we might want to pull back and just do this right away. Access to all that early money could definitely be useful. Let's get this built as early as possible as well, just so that we are totally aware of all of our options. Oh hey, the bird! And a source of iron. Okay, that's going to be a high priority. You know what? Yeah, explore this now. So, Vetterfolnir, maybe? Will give us 100 lore if we heal him, and also he'll scout the map for us. We have to take the tile over and then have healers running, and they'll just channel healing into him for a while. It does, if my memory serves, take quite a bit for that to finish. Okay. Yeah, so we can hire them for just money. Alright, well, I think that, I think this will help a lot with that. So, do they both have the same cost? Yeah, 150, 150. I bet that they are identically statted as well. So, What do we want now? What's the next move? Like the next immediate thing? You know what? I'm over here looking for mines. We don't build mines. That's right. I know that already. Is it a ship? It's probably a dock, right? More income, because even though this is going to award us quite a bit of money, we're going to need a lot more money coming in order to afford the second war chief at the very least. So yeah, I think this is the next thing. We build a longship dock in the home territory, and then probably we actually have a really nice stretch of coastline here. Not a ton of rocks, so we have 3 adjacent tiles that we can build docks on. That's pretty cool. That's going to be good for us. Don't remember exactly how much money you get. Okay, it's 100 money and 50 lore. You know what? We should probably have a quick look at our lores here. So, Metalcraft gives us 40% mining and forge speed, which is very good. Seems very good. Ancestral Influence. Relics don't use a building slot, and zones with or adjacent to an active relic gain plus 5% production. Boy, they not only no period, but they just kind of ran out of letters right there in the middle of the word. Well, that seems very good. That's a very good bonus. Metalcraft is also fine. Like 40% forge speed is very significant. That's definitely interesting. Great Tower gives us a second upgrade for watchtowers that gives plus 50% attack power and plus 50% structure. Structure is not a thing. That's not the name of a game concept. This either means armor or hit points. If it's plus 50% hit points, it's like crazy powerful. Then again, plus 50% attack power is pretty powerful. Yeah, I don't know, that's probably a really good knowledge that we will be endeavoring not to take. Excavation gives War Chiefs mining stone or iron earn plus 3 lore or plus 5 with Metalcraft. That doesn't seem great to me, because like, what is the percentage, like the total percentage of the game where your War Chiefs are going to be actively mining? I guess there's that point at 500 fame where we're suddenly going to get a bunch more deposits. Maybe this turns out to be a good amount of lore in total, but it doesn't feel amazing. And Quality of Life gives plus 1 happiness per territory that has an upgraded civilian building in it, but houses don't count. That's fine, I guess. It's our only source of happiness from knowledge. Outside of feeling safe, which again, we're going to be endeavoring not to take. So, I don't know, maybe it's worth getting. My initial inclination here is to take trading. Then again, we already have enough money for the first person, and we're building the longship dock. Maybe we just want to take sharp axes, because wood is so important in the early game. That's probably right. Oh, we have another wolf. Let's go ahead and get a war chief. Hey chief, come over here and help. Help murder this wolf. Alright, we can clear out some of this garbage around us. Actually, do I want to grab this first? Whatever, you're already fighting. Go ahead and do these guys in. 12 attack, 10 armor, 70 health. Unfortunately, I don't remember what the stats of a normal war chief are. I don't know if that's better. You know what? I think we're gonna just go ahead and second feast. Look at all of the resources just pouring in, and we can definitely afford to do that thing again. Clear out these initial wolves, and I'm hoping no hostiles in this territory, so that we're actually safe from attack after this. I think we're gonna be okay, right? Yeah, we're fine. Okay, there are in fact enemies. And there's even more up here. Well, that's a tomorrow sort of problem. Why don't you get over here, scout us this way, because we're definitely going to need to pick this up. I mean, you got that high world hostility, right? And then you can just mine stone, just like run over here and start picking it up. That's pretty cool. I am way down with that. So what is next? We could colonize this and try to build... we wouldn't get the farm done until winter is basically over, so we can probably wait on that. We probably... Actually, the next thing we need to build is a healer's hut. Oh, the fisherman... Sorry. We need to build that fishing thing. That's pretty important. Well, we'll get there. That's 80 wood. Yeah, it's not a problem. And we're going to have plenty of food to make it through the winter. This is like a pretty okay start. I mean, we could just let this guy work on that. So I do want to get this done. Like, this is our next priority. Oh, housing. Housing is our next priority. Shoot. Yeah, totally forgot about that. I guess we're happiness capped as well, so that house is not slowing us down too much by itself. And we'll put people in the longship dock, like, as soon as winter begins. And maybe we could do it before. We are actually losing money right now. Yeah, sure. And we're still okay. Are we suffering any unhappiness? No, not really. Okay, well, we'll gain happiness by just building out our territory a little bit. That'll help raise our population, but we're gonna have to come up with a solution. We're gonna have to build like a brewery pretty soon. $182 food. Is this enough of a stockpile? Oh, well, it would probably help if we actually had some people assigned to the fishing thing. That will definitely help us make it through the winter. And basically what I'm wondering is, could I afford to pick this up now for the extra point of happiness? I think the answer is yes. With the fishing hut, I think the answer is yes. Probably should have taken colonization before doing that thing. You know what? This is maybe the moment where we get trading. We start working on that and ship building. Alright, so now we can gather iron. We can get healers and have them start working on our injured people. I wonder if our hero could take 2 Draugr. Well, probably not during the winter, and especially not all wounded. So my goal is going to be... It would be great if we could take this tile and then build the farm on it as the winter is ending. Like right now we're going to hold okay on food. And my plan was to pull some people and do some healing during the winter, but we'll be losing food if I do that. Where's my scout? My scout is... Oh. Unknown clan has discovered the Sword of the Gods. It is a super high lore producing territory. Not exactly my main concern. You know what? You're not really helping us out here. Come back here and become a healer. So we gotta get the war chief healed up, and then this can be just sort of what our guys do when they are not doing anything else of import. How are we doing on resources for this? If we upgrade our town hall right away, we're not going to be able to get the farm built at the beginning of the second summer. And honestly, we don't need to upgrade the town hall right away because we're having problems keeping our population below the cap anyway. I guess a speed up is not actually going to help us get people much faster. We have 2 people? We do. We do. It's just a lot of firewood that we're spending. Well, I guess we just wait. Maybe not the most riveting content. Our next feast is at 230, so like pretty far off. Not something we really need to be thinking about right now. Yeah, unfortunately there's no fast forward button. This would be a great time for one. But I really think we end up just sitting here waiting through the rest of the winter. So let's talk a little bit about trade routes. So we have to build a lighthouse. And then once we've built the lighthouse, we can start running our great trade routes, and that will start accumulating us the resource that we are going to eventually use to win the game. All you have to do to win a trade victory is get to 2,000 commercial influence. So it's basically just a timer. Once you have decided that you want to go that route, you just have to be at it for long enough, efficiently enough, that you don't get overrun by another player. I think it is time to do this thing. In fact, maybe it's a little bit past time. Maybe I should have started doing this a little earlier. So we basically want this to finish like right as winter ends. And then that'll help keep us in food for the summer. Yeah, minor inefficiency here. Once our hero is healed, we only have some very minor injuries to treat before we can start healing the magic bird. Okay, I'm feeling pretty secure about our food situation. We probably need to be looking into building a second woodcutter's camp, honestly. This is probably where we would want to do that. Got 160 food for our next colonization. Ooh, I do like heading in this direction, though. There's some good tiles available over here. Also, unfortunately, like if we were to snake up around here, I love a place where you can build a hunter's lodge, but also our nation would be large and strangely shaped, very difficult to defend. Okay. The bird healing is close to beginning. I mean, we gotta do this, right? Gotta wipe these guys out so that we don't have to worry about constant invasions. Looks like we are... I mean, we're gonna get it done, but not by a ton. This actually might be a good time to pick up colonization, as we're thinking about that, the place where the bear is. And maybe the sailor increase would have been better, because we have sailors running right now, but we're going to have to wait until after our hero is, or after our warlord is healed, in order to fight that bear. Or we're going to just have 2 warlords. 2 war chiefs. Yeah, you know what? This works just fine. And then we can have the other one tank the bear. And that is where we can build our second woodcutter camp. And also we can get ourselves even more early stone. And then we can build a brewery, because we need one desperately. Maybe we do that right now, because we really do need happiness. Okay, it looks like we'll be totally fine over here. Yeah, it's coming along. We'll definitely feast in a second here when we hit 230 food. There's probably something to be said for not doing any feasts early on, and then building... Where is the feast relic? Yeah, this one. Building the feast relic and just power feasting like through an entire summer, and then as soon as winter falls, well, as soon as the next summer starts, you feast again. Okay. So that's pretty good. It's going to be a mere 110 food to expand over here. We can definitely afford it. That's going to be okay. The only portal we have to worry about is right there, which is actually, like, very convenient. Yeah, we're in, like, good shape, honestly. I think this is an okay start. So it'll be a couple of seconds here until we're at 110. We can see a player border in the rocks there. Not that it means a tremendous amount to us. Expanding your territory is also worth happiness. It's one of the prime early game sources of happiness, so this is good for our population growth as well. And then we're going to have to build a house. What am I doing? You need to stay right there. I was going to try to... I guess it can be right here, right? Because we don't actually need to build a mine to get the iron. Should probably step away from the portal. And we do have to come over here and kill these wolves. And right now we're getting no benefit at all from our 200 fame bonus because we don't have any improved tools. That's a thing that probably needs to change pretty soon. You know what, we could come and knock out these wolves real fast and then just come back for the Draugr. Shouldn't be a problem. I just want to make sure we're not going to get this territory attacked constantly, because that can be very annoying to defend against. Yeah, it doesn't feel to me like they're quite as, like either one of them is quite as good as a normal war chief, but they are certainly together much better than one normal war chief. Alright, let's get that built. And then what is next? What is the next thing we need to focus on? We don't have to build any mines. We'll probably have to build trading posts eventually because the great trade routes are expensive to run. I guess actually the thing that's next is the lighthouse itself, isn't it? So if you build a lighthouse onto a longship dock... Let's see, is he attacking? He is attacking her. Gotta be a little bit more cautious here. And let's just move our existing woodcutters over to the more efficient camp. That's annoying. Okay, so let's have a look at this thing. So once we have a lighthouse built, we can run these great trade routes. They cost money. They just like reduce your income, but they give you varying amounts of the victory currency and then also some happiness. We just have to accumulate 2,000 commercial influence. We don't really look at this screen very much. I probably should. It gives us just a quick read of where everybody is on every victory condition. You can see we are the only people who have built a lighthouse. I mean, there are reasons to build a lighthouse. Even if you're not going for the victory type, I guess you could potentially trade money for happiness in a situation where you have way more happiness or way more money than you need and not enough happiness. But I've certainly never done it. Right now, we do not have the cash to sustain even the simplest great trade route, but we'll get there. Yeah, like this. Like this is how we will get there. And then actually, we could just go to Carpentry Mastery before we upgrade any buildings. That might be a thing to do. Get that efficiency. Oh right, you guys don't need to just be standing around. I forget, these are unit producing... these are resource-producing units. They can go and be mining stone. Yeah, we definitely need more cash income, so we probably want to be running trade routes. If we could meet a neutral, that would be okay. I guess we could just trade with another player. We can see Blue's border over here. But it's down cliffs. I'm just trying to figure out, like, where would it be easiest to meet somebody? Because we do have to be familiar with another player before we can trade with them. Yeah, I don't know, actually. This should probably be when we stop our raids. We don't want our sailors to get locked in the ice out here. It is a shame, though. So I suppose let's get a trading post going somewhere. Here is fine. Somebody else just made it to 200 fame. Okay, we should be like very clear through the winter on food. We might have to assign a person or two to the woodcutter camp, but I think we'll be okay. See, I'm not really sure what the best way to meet another player is. We gotta just scout a tile that they then move into. We also could, of course, upgrade our scout and then run run a scout out and just check a tile that already has another player on it. You should get on this. We should probably have somebody on the runestone over here, especially since the sailors aren't going to be running during the winter. And honestly, we probably need another merchant. I think we have enough food here that even if we go negative once winter starts, we should be okay. Yeah, as long as we don't go too negative. A little nervous. Probably not a great time for a feast, honestly. So let's see. This guy's going to put us positive on food. Actually, he's probably not, right? Because I think during the winter, villagers effectively gather like 3 food. I think I would rather be more negative on food than be negative on this. And then don't have the wood to go for upgrades here, so like our happiness is just kind of in the toilet. Not a ton that we could do about it. We could grab some more territory, I suppose. Each tile is worth something. We don't actually have a lot of eyes on where it's safe to do this. But yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and use that as a temporary happiness solution, just for the moment. You know, that's that's what temporary means. Okay, we are once again healing the bird. It's coming along. So we really need to get this upgraded so that we can then upgrade our brewery at maximum efficiency. Unfortunately, that's probably going to require committing another person to woodcutting. We're going to get the upgrades we want anytime soon. Oh, and they have finished mining. But no, of course not. That's ridiculous. Your work is never done. Yeah, we do need another scout. I think we can afford to have someone... Oh, wait, sorry. Shouldn't do it like that. I really only want one. Let's start by exploring this tile, because we're going to have to come up here and kill these zombies, unfortunately. Not really what I want to be doing. Hopefully our healer can finish healing the great bird first. It looks pretty close to full. And then we can reach out and try to meet Blue or something. Because we are going to need a lot of income if we are going to take advantage of the good trade routes. We can't even look at the menu while the ice is out. Okay, 100 lore. Yeah, we're definitely taking carpentry mastery. No two ways about that. Look at how efficiently we can use all of our stone. How did we lose happiness? Oh, now we want houses. Alright, well this is how I would like to resolve this for the moment. So if winter could end and our production could get back to normal, that would be great. At 80. Okay, that'll help. That'll take care of that for a little while. You see that? How committed the new guy is? He showed up and immediately started staggering around, even though he definitely had not yet had anything to drink. Tombs. Well, that's inconvenient. I don't really want to have to fight a bunch of constantly respawning Draugr. You two can probably stop cutting wood. Alright, we have done very well for ourselves on lore this early in the game. This is going to be annoying. Colonization cost over here will be 170. It's not so bad, you know, except for the fact that we're barely making any food right now. This'll help when we upgrade the field in a second here. And it's not like we're exactly starving. Okay, apparently we don't really need to scout. Our bird is taking care of it for us. So why don't you come back home and just help out for a little while? Actually, come do this. That is extremely helpful. We probably need to pull somebody from something. I guess it's going to be one of the villagers. Sorry, one of the villagers. Yeah, we really need to have a healer on staff. Okay, let's get into some trouble. We are probably not going to be able to kill more than one of them here. We have to take this pretty slow. Gotta make sure that we don't lose a war chief in a phenomenally stupid way. Okay. Well, it's a start. That really is going to take a while, huh? Oh yeah, we can now trade with yellow. I think we trade food? We don't really want to trade anything, but I think we trade food. Right now we are neutral. When this little thing turns blue, that might be what means that we are allied. Okay, we have to build a silo. It's not a big deal. Okay, we've also met red. So red is Clan of the Kraken, yellow is Clan of the Wolf. At this point, you guys have a pretty good idea of what the Clan of the Wolf AI is like. It's pretty reliably that thing. So do we want to build here on the farm and supercharge our summer food growth, or do we want to build here and keep our all seasons food growth as high as possible? I don't know. It's a tough question, actually. Alright, are we going to take on quality of life? Do we need the extra happiness that badly, or should we be more focused on, like, recruitment, which is just a lot more people? I think it's probably this. And then this is definitely a good time for more happiness. We also need more living space. We'll go ahead and upgrade a house, because I know we need that, but we're going to have to build a real house pretty soon as well. Things respawning dudes constantly. It's very annoying. Also, we've gone through all the stone already. I guess we could have you two run over here and mine stone rather than standing around and waiting for healing to finish. It's going to take a while for me to get used to the fact that the war chiefs generate resources and need to be placed in order to do so. Okay, so we have a decent amount of cash income right now. I think this is probably a good time to start running our first great trade route. Back to home. Alright, we are now slowly accumulating commercial influence. All we have to do is make it to 2,000. No big deal. Oh right, that's silo. That is something that I do need to build. I'm still a little torn, actually, on where to put it. Oh, I guess I need to develop one of these areas. Okay, we'll put it here by the fish. Need to develop myself a building slot. So it would be pretty cool if this got finished before the rats showed up. Okay. This is probably our next big project. Jeez, this thing's already back up to 4? That's very annoying. Okay. Yeah, we desperately need to upgrade this building. We really are not bringing in the lumber fast enough. Well, I mean, we're doing it, right? We're building toward our victory condition. Obviously, it's going to have to get a little bit faster than this, but we'll get there. We're going to need to run multiple trade routes out to other players, which means that we need to be accumulating resources more efficiently because we need to be trading off the excess. Alright, 4 of us are sick. That probably means that we need to pull somebody to become a healer. We're going to need more healing throughput than we currently have. And our little bird friend is doing a fantastic job of scouting for us. Looks like Blue's territory can't really touch ours until, like, all the way over here. I guess this tile is looking more and more important to take over all the time. How much would it be? 170? That would not leave us with a ton of food supply, but taking it does mean that we have another winterproof food supply. Probably important enough to do. And, of course, more living space. Always more living space. Alright, I'm way out of you. Unhappy because too many people are sick, but we can't solve the too many people being sick thing until we're no longer quite so unhappy, because we need our healers to be pumping out that healing at full effectiveness. Yeah, it's going to be a little while before we end up in conflict with a player, I think. So this is mostly going to be us fighting the environment. I'll tell you, I'm a little worried about the wood supply. Let's try to kill a couple of these guys. If you leave a spawner high on enemy population during winter, you usually see a bunch of them mass up and then attack your tiles. Let's try to avoid that. Okay, back out to mining work. Yeah, we need a house. Where do we build a house? Right here actually should be fine. Yeah, definitely a little concerned about our food situation. So this will probably be the next thing we want to upgrade, but it's going to be a minute. Actually, we'll be lucky to see food not dip negative here. Or wood, rather. Wood output not dip negative. And unfortunately, it's going to take forever for our healers to keep up with all the damage that we're taking. Alright, that problem is immediately resolved, and then we're not bleeding wood all that badly. Food situation is dire. And we don't have the ability to buy our way out of it or anything. You know what? It might not deplete before the end of the winter, though. We might be alright. Boy, we sure are coming by lore pretty quickly. So happiness is not really our problem. Actually, this might be a good time to take Hearthstone. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think we need the winters to be a little bit less harsh. It's actually a really good investment in our current situation. Okay, this has not regenerated this has not regenerated any Drugger yet. Hoping we can get over here and make something happen before before they heal up too much. At some point, Vitterfalner is going to go away. I don't know exactly how long he sticks around for, but all of this information, meeting all the other players, this has been very nice. So is this the next thing? Probably. It won't take us long to hit the amount of wood we need once winter ends. But unfortunately, for the moment, we are just stuck here waiting. I guess maybe I could have left them mining, because we probably should not attack until after winter ends anyway. And we do have a little while on that. I really want to press my... maybe advantage is the wrong word, but I really want to press. I guess let's take it easy, because I don't want them to fight a bunch during the winter and then Oh god, zombies. Bow and arrow, probably not actually the ideal zombie fighting weapon. Ooh, Erling has also built a lighthouse. That's interesting, a Clan of the Wolf player building a lighthouse. Okay, here comes the starvation. Unfortunately, we don't really have any ways of dealing with it, so we're just going to starve briefly, just for, you know, half a month or so. No big deal. Oh, that's right, we're running a food trade route. With the trade route canceled, we're actually 100% fine. And we don't need the money from the trade route to remain positive. Although we sure were a better amount positive when we had it. Right, I'm going to assume that the fallen sailors are going to approach somewhere around here. Oh, maybe not a safe assumption. The upfront cost for building both of your war chiefs is pretty serious. But I have to say, once you've done it, it's pretty great. Alright. We have good relations with Erling. I don't know what good means, really. You know, for that reason, we probably shouldn't trade with him. Because I don't want him having extra resources coming in that he could trade to other people. You are not both attacking the same enemy. Focus fire, you big idiot. Oh, and we can pick a military thingy. I'm not actually sure what we want to do on that one. It's probably just Guardian. We probably just want to be safe in our own territory. Yeah, plus 30% defense. I think it's probably Guardian. Just keeping our tiles safe. I'm really surprised at how badly we performed fighting these guys. I thought this was going to be a cakewalk. That's a real shame. That means we are not ready to take on the Droger. I guess we can have the healthy one just tank everything. That might work. Then again, we would also need a considerable amount of food to actually pull off the colonization, which we do not currently have. Boy, I'm not 100% certain that our civilians are going to survive this fight. No, we're fine. Never mind, everything's okay. The healers are really working overtime, though. We need to scout the tiles adjacent to our new tiles so that we can actually figure out how to plug our defensive holes here. Actually, this one's almost explored already. Alright, we have 3 Draugr here. We're not quite ready to colonize, but we may as well get some work done in that direction. Try to keep their numbers low. I think we're going to clear the tile. Wow, really? My scout's dead already. He didn't even get a single tile explored. And we are making a serious mistake, apparently, by relying on terrestrial scouts. They're just not good enough at the job. And we need even more happiness. I mean, we don't really need more happiness. What we need is for people to finish getting healed. Also, housing. Also, what we need is housing. So I have to grab another person. I guess it can be somebody on food. And we have to give this another shot. I've never seen a scout go from full health to no health so quickly. Obviously, you know, you take damage while scouting, that's just part of it. But there must have been like 3 damage events just back to back to back to back there. That's not the correct number of backs. Listen, some of them have more than 1 back. What are you going to do? It's just the way of the world. This is an earthquake? Yeah, that's not a big deal. I'm not too stressed about that. Really want to grab this the moment it's available so that we don't have to worry about any more spawns. We're still not exactly secure here, but it does mean that our war chiefs can just stay on one side of the empire. And apparently we need to get out here and make something happen immediately. Oh, there's that Kraken buff slowly spreading the tide. What do we do on this stone? Oh, interesting. There's Draugr coming in from multiple directions. That's not great. And like we can... Oh no, sorry, you guys just hunt. We can kill the one over here, but we definitely cannot take out the spawner. Still, keeping their numbers low is important. And man, we are really tearing it up on lore. So we still don't really need the happiness. Ancestral influence is not good yet because we haven't built any relics. But we might be getting there. It's like, is it coinage or maybe medicine? Medicine's probably good. Marketplace prices down doesn't help us that much. Honestly, our war chiefs are spending a lot of time mining. More than I thought. I think I'm going to take medicine. It would be really nice if we were actually at full health most of the time. A little bit of extra healing speed is real handy. And then I think I'm going to... we're going to let the earthquake happen. I'm going to get repairs started, and then we're going to stop there for the day. Okay, that's a geyser. It is not a spawner, but it sure does have a lot of enemies on it. And this tile also has... Man. Okay, we can definitely kill at least this one. That probably ought to be where we stop. Oh, that's an important building. Please fix that quickly. Yeah, wow, our main food producer and our brewery is a cunning earthquake. It's got some good targeting instincts. Let's make sure we get all this stuff actually covered. Okay, cool. We're getting there. Healers are working super double overtime, but they are also very slowly getting there. Yeah, we definitely want this geyser. Unfortunately, we're not going to have enough food to colonize anything prior to this coming winter, I don't think. Where's my scout? What's he doing right now? Okay, he's still just working on that. He's getting there very slowly. Yeah, we're not gonna kill that guy. Let's just back off. That's way too close. Should not have let it get that close. She can run back in here and deal the killing blow. Okay. Ooh, actually, we should be wary about clearing that tile, because blue's going to come in and take it if we do. Oh, that's a lot of food. Alright, you know what? I gotta stop here, because if I don't make myself stop, we're just going to end up playing the whole game in this video, and frankly, who has the time for that? Who can keep up with all this nonsense? So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I think we've got a solid economic foundation here. We're already like a quarter of the way to the amount of commercial influence we need. Obviously, a quarter of the way is not quite going to cut it. We're going to have to speed that up a little bit, but we're on our way, and I'm not feeling terribly vulnerable to the things that the other players are going to want to do to us once they figure out that we're trying to win the game and everything. So come back next time, Monday, to see how I screw all this up. And we'll see you then.